So I want to make up some super soil. I'm going to start with these 2 bags and finish with 2 more and add the ingredients. You can see the list on my site. So starting the super soil, I'm just going to take one of each of these bags, cut them open, and mix half of my ingredients over there into it, and then put more potting soil on top and mix the rest. So I've emptied 2 bags of the black gold and added some perlite because it needs some perlite. So I just added a little bit, and I'm going to start mixing it up, and then I'm going to add my dry organic ingredients and amendments. Okay, we have blackstrap molasses, Epsom salt, coco coir, microbes, worm castings, azomite, bone meal, bat guano, worm castings, flood meal, yeast, oyster shell, lime, and humic acid. So now that I got most of the ingredients mixed up in here, there's still a little bit to be added. I'm going to add these other 2 potting soils, and then I'm going to add the rest of the stuff from over here. I have mixed up the super soil and all the amendments. I might add a little more perlite. It should take you 30 minutes of stirring this stuff up from pile to pile to pile to make sure it's all truly mixed up. You don't want no hot spots. Super soil is thoroughly mixed. We need to water it with at least 1 gallon or 2 of water. I warmed the water first to let it help the microbes activate, and I add these 3 ingredients: CalMag, humic acid, and blackstrap molasses. Those feed the microbes in the soil and make it so everything can activate quicker. This is the Brewers yeast flakes that I add. It's just Brewers yeast flake, and this helps the microbes once again to allow them to start breaking down the soil and activating it quicker. But there also is amino acids and good nutrition to this, so it helps feed the soil as well. Natural yeast powder. It's flake mainly. Whole Foods. One of the techniques, I spread all the dirt out, and then I go around to each corner, and I get all the dirt back all up in. And I make sure it's all spread out nice and even. Nice and mixed. You can do this a couple times. I've mixed my humic acid, my magnesium, or CalMag, and my blackstrap molasses into some warm water. I'm letting it cool down a little bit, and then I'm going to add it to the soil before I put it in the trash cans. I've mixed about half the soil, or most of the soil, into each container. You want to mix 1 shovel at a time to each container because you don't want any hot spots in the soil. What you do is you just put 1 shovel, 1 shovel, 1 shovel, 1 shovel, and so on to make sure it's fully mixed. This is the remainder of the soil that's going to go into the containers. So I'm just going to continue mixing and putting it on into the containers, and then I'll water again with that watering can. Done. I'm going to water a little bit. This is some of the water that I showed you earlier. And that's just going to help it all activate up. It needs to be, you know, not too hot and not below freezing, because you don't want to cook the microbes or freeze them. Okay, now that it's all watered and ready to be stored, I'm just going to leave it outside in the shade, probably for about a week, and then check it. And I should get a nice fungus web on top that I'll mix in, and that'll be the activation of the microbes and the organic matter.